Yesterday, we had a big new update revolving around GitHub's Copilot, where it has now integrated the fully upgraded Claude 3.5 Sonnet model, which is in fact the best coding-based model out there. And we have actually showcased how great this model is as we ran through a couple of comparison tests, as well as testing the model's capabilities, in particular multi-step complex tasks. It's currently ranked number 1 on Sway Bench at solving real-world GitHub issues, as well as on Human Eval. This model is truly powerful, and I definitely recommend you watch my model test video on it. But essentially, GitHub's Copilot has now integrated Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet model, Google Gemini's 1.5 Pro, and OpenAI's O1-preview, which will bring in a new level of choice to every developer. For the people who do not know, GitHub's Copilot is an AI-powered coding assistant that was developed by GitHub in collaboration with OpenAI. It has integrated into development environments like Visual Studio Code, and Copilot helps basically any sort of developer by suggesting code snippets, completing lines of entire functions, and even generating code based on comments or prompts. It uses machine learning models to analyze the context of your code and predict what you might be able to write next, which speeds up the coding process and helping reduce repetitive tasks. Now, for a lot of people, this is a great option, especially for enterprise use case. But since they have a pricing model, it does become something that people tend to stay away from. Now, while GitHub's Copilot does have a pricing tag, the value it brings can truly be a game changer, which is why we're going to be showcasing it throughout today's video. Just take a look at this demo video where we're going to be taking a look at the Claude 3.5 Sonnet model being integrated within the Copilot, and it basically excels quite well at coding based on the task given over here. It can basically take on various sorts of tasks across the entire software development lifecycle, from the initial design to bug fixes, to maintenance, to even optimization. It demonstrates high proficiency with complex and multi-step coding tasks, which is quite ideal in handling everything from legacy app updates to code refactoring, as well as feature development. In this case, you can see that it's capable of making the changes autonomously for you. By the way, the Google Gemini 1.5 Pro model is truly underrated. It might not be known for its performance on various coding benchmarks, but it is truly known for its robust performance in coding scenarios, where it can boost up to 2 million token context windows, as well as allowing you to handle extensive and complex projects quite seamlessly. It also has a native multimodal system, which means that it can process code, images, audio, video, and text simultaneously, providing this versatile support across different types of formats. And the great thing is, you get rapid responses based off its inference, and it excels quite well in code suggestions, as well as creating documentations and even explaining complex code. And in my opinion, it is definitely a great alternative to Claude 3.5 Sonnet while being a cheaper option. Last but not least, OpenAI's O1-preview and O1 mini models represent a new generation of AI-assisted coding being integrated within GitHub's Copilot, because it offers enhanced reasoning abilities that surpass any of the models that I've listed before, as well as making it the best overall model that's out there. They've actually tested this within GitHub's Copilot, and the O1-preview showcased a remarkable understanding of code constraints and edge cases, which is basically making it a highly effective model for producing efficient and high quality code. Now, these advanced reasoning capabilities allow it to tackle complex coding challenges with more insight, where it can basically improve overall development of workflows and ensuring better handling of noun scenarios. So in my opinion, you wouldn't want to use this for every sort of generation, but for more of a complex approach to solve something related to code. Whereas you can use the other two models that I listed for smaller things such as debugging, as well as helping you in the approach to develop something such as the Claude 3.5 Sonnet model, and then using a cheaper option like the Gemini 1.5 Pro. And lastly, GitHub also launched something called Spark, which is an AI app builder. It's basically something that can be used to create fully functional applications purely through AI. It's part of their plan where they have a multimodal option where you can choose between AI models tailored to different needs, and you have something where it can enable rapid prototyping and creative development of your application within a couple of seconds. This is something that you can basically use as an alternative to something like Replit or even Claude Dev. These are just options I'm listing. Obviously it's paid, but in my opinion, it's a really cool option that you can try as an alternative to many of the options that I've basically showcased on this channel. So how can you access this? Well, you obviously need to have the GitHub Copilot plan, which is the Pro plan. And if you have this, you can then proceed forward by installing VS Code. Once you have VS Code installed, you can then simply open up Visual Studio Code and install the GitHub Copilot extension. Once you have it installed, within your left-hand panel, you should see VS Code all the way in the bottom, which is the chat tab. You'll need to sign in. And once you sign in, you can then utilize the model of your choice by simply going over to the model list, and you can select the model that you want to utilize to help you generate and develop whatever you would want in regards to coding. Something cool to note is that Perplexity is also now integrated within GitHub's Copilot, which is going to help you enhance your coding experience right within your IDE, such as VS Code, where you can basically have web searching capabilities, fetch APIs, where it can quickly retrieve the most current API documentation on demand. It can also use the API Assistant Agent, which is something that gets guidance on API usage, and it basically troubleshoots issues without switching any sort of tool. Now, this integration is definitely going to help you keep everything you need at your fingertips, and is going to streamline the workflow process even better. Now, I really want you to take a look at GitHub Spark further in detail, because this video will definitely showcase what it's truly about.
As AI developer tools become more capable and accessible, they enable more people to create software through natural language. But when the code is generated, the user has to do something with it, like building, running, and deploying it. That's why GitHub Next have built GitHub Spark, an AI-native app platform to help anyone build, use, and share highly personalized microapps. Let's see how it works. From the homepage, we can see our existing Sparks, or microapps, and can describe what we want to create. So let's build an app that helps a user review the cities that they visited. Rather than being provided with the code, we're provided with an app that we can interact with immediately. Now, the app is made up of custom components providing a consistent feel. I can set the theme to light or dark mode, or let it respect my operating system's theme preference. But I even have access to a theme editor to control a few aspects like the primary accent colors or border radiuses. Now, this looks like a good start, but let's iterate on the idea by capturing the latitude and longitude of a city. Now, we already added some data, but it has no latitude or longitude. So let's click on the Data tab and delete it. By the way, notice how it's storing state without us having to manage any databases or connection strings. Cool, so let's add some more reviews. Looks like the coordinates have been calculated, so let's iterate a bit further. Let's allow the user to update and delete items in their cities list and plot those ratings onto a map. As we view the travel log, we can edit existing items and delete them as well. But let's go and add it back in. Now, when we hit the toggle, we're taken to a map view and can see Barcelona and Rome plotted on the map. Now, I might want some suggestions on cities to explore. So let's ask Spark to help there too, and add some capabilities into our app. We'll ask it to suggest 3 cities based on my existing ratings and reviews. Now, as we generate city suggestions, notice the multicolored animation around the button. That shows we're using AI to generate a result. And it looks like there's some great destinations. Now let's do one more thing. Let's provide a vague request to make the app feel more sunny and fun. So let's tap on that double plane button and generate variants. This is useful as my request was ambiguous and our intent wasn't fully clear. This provides us with several alternate paths that we can explore. When we're happy with an option, we can select it and continue building out the app. As you're iterating on your app, you'll notice a history of changes on the left-hand side. As we move between them, we can explore the revision prompt and the resulting state that was generated. So if you want to revert some changes or explore an alternate path, you are empowered to do that. But this looks good to me, so let me rename it, and let me make sure to star it so it's easily accessible from my dashboard. GitHub Spark has helped me create my family travel review app immediately usable from my tablet without any deployment needs. Want to learn more? Check out more details by going to gh.io/spark.
And that's about it for today's video. GitHub's Copilot is definitely something that you should take a look at. Even though it might have some paywalls, it's definitely something that is better than Aider in my opinion, because of obviously its integrations of models, but because it offers advanced coding assistance with multimodal capabilities, and it has improved reasoning capabilities, which makes it a great option over many of the things we've seen on this channel, especially now having Claude 3.5 Sonnet as well as OpenAI's O1-preview model being integrated. This is something that will definitely help a lot for developers to use in various ways. But that's about it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll leave all the links that I use in today's video in the description below. Make sure you take a look at the Patreon so that you can stay up to date with whatever is happening in the world of AI through our private Discord, as well as getting access to various sorts of subscriptions to AI tools for free. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, a great way for you to get AI news. And lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and check out our previous videos so you can stay up to date with whatever is happening in the world of AI. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly soon. Peace out, fellas.